Recently, there has been an increase in the visibility of LGBT or queer identities in television. These representations are on the spotlight more than ever before. Therefore, they will be analyzed in order to hypothesize what was meant by them and why. In brief, queer characters in the following series have been glorified and shown as diverse and complex humans. In HBO's Euphoria, the protagonist, Rue, continuously glorifies her love interest, Jules. This can be seen in a supercut of Jules while Rue narrates how much she adores her. And in dialogue, when Rue says,
And she's basically the most wonderful fucking person on the planet.
Contributing to Jules's idealization. Similarly, in The Politician, the protagonist Peyton idealizes his love interest, River. At one point, he believes he reaches heaven because of the light blue surroundings, and the person to greet him is River. Also, the way Peyton describes River supports this idealization of the queer love interest.
You look like Superman, and you speak Chinese, and, everyone adored you. You crossed home plate just by walking in the door and smiling. It makes no sense.
In Sex Education, the idealization of a queer character comes from many characters at once. In a scene where a tracking shot follows Rahim, a new student later revealed to be queer. The camera also shows everyone's dramatic reactions to him. In terms of diversity, all these series do a good job in showing a wide range of backgrounds and identities of the characters. In Sex Education, Eric's character comes from an African immigrant family living in the UK. This is not only mentioned but shown through Eric's outfit. Also in Sex Education, Adam is a character who is trying to come to terms with his bisexuality, shown in this scene through point-of-view shots when he's trying to fantasize about a woman but cannot stop staring at the image of a man. Moreover, in The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Theo is a trans male character who shaves his head and wears more traditionally masculine clothes to showcase his transition. Theo also happens to be gay. To evidence their complexity, in this series, queer individuals are shown to have many concerns and potentially contradictory behaviors. In The Politician, we follow a sequence of Peyton arguably in shock after his lover commits suicide in front of him, emphasized by the blood stains on him, but we later learn that it's not shock but a lack of empathy. He explicitly says he doesn't have the same feelings as everyone else does, and that he believes he could be a sociopath.
Look, it's been a really, really fucked up day, okay? So I need you to open the door for me, okay? Can you open the door, please?
I'm not gonna help you kill yourself, Rue.
So open the goddamn door!
Throughout the first season of Euphoria, Rue struggles with her drug addiction. In one episode, she tries to relapse, but her friend and dealer doesn't allow it. She then screams at him and blames him for her addiction. Shot reverse shots enhance our perception of Rue's addiction and how her friend also struggles.
Yes. You fucking ruined my life! The least you could do is open the goddamn door and fix it! I'm fucking serious!
As a last and key example, in Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Robin is a queer character who decides to escape the family that adopted him because of their cruel goals, and stick to the path that feels true to him, even if this puts him at risk of being killed. The depth and decision of his character will be used as an allegory to what all these representations do. They do not follow the path or expectations set out for them, they break free from them as Robin does. Firstly, with the glorification of queer romantic interests, these characters contradict the traditional idealization of heterosexual love, tradition argued by Carlos Fonseca and Maria Quintero in their article on queer theory, as a way of regulating and suppressing sexuality and gender, a goal convenient for heterosexual men who historically have thrived on women's and queers' oppression. On the other hand, a study by the Anglia Ruskin University on the past of LGBT representation on television reveals representation of queerness was mostly a one-dimensional, constraining and potentially damaging stereotype that expected queers to be fashionable and feminine gay white men. Contrastingly, these current representations show queers as diverse individuals, meaning it sets more realistic expectation of queerness. Finally, Peyton's questionable morality is explored in a review of The Politician published by The Guardian. It is explained that by portraying him as an awful person, it breaks Hollywood's recent convention of queers always having to be nice. The review explains that seeing a marginalized person as an anti-hero is different. It means having room to be human. Something similar is seen in the other examples of complexity. They are not always nice and compliant. They are as multifaceted as any other human. These portrayals are a breakthrough in representation of queerness in television. Putting aside the stereotypes that presented queers as flat characters, now portrayals humanize queers by showing they fall in love the same way non-queers do. They can come in a diverse arrangement of backgrounds and identities, and they can be as flawed as any other human.
Hey, is this Ali?